All right. Sorry, it was an abrupt hang up. I was messing with the phone and it ended the live. Should be right now, Jordy. I actually had turned my phone around. I had it around the other way and it kept saying it was locked. It was locked. It was locked. I'm like, what do you mean the orientation's locked? So then I took it out of the holder and turned it around the other way. And it let me go this way. So oh, all right. Yeah, I rotated it, Jordy. Great. Everybody's coming back. Sorry about that, guys. You know, if you start messing around with your phone, while you're doing a live, it's definitely going to drop the call, so to speak. But I think it's better this way than the other way. Portrait. This is landscape, right? Mark, welcome back to Just Car Rob. Good. Oh. So we're back. Okay. Now I really got to watch the screen. All right. I think Spike's sleeping right now. Little Spike Willow there. We're just going to keep ticking along on this guy. I think that's deep enough, don't you? You guys think that's deep enough on the face? On the beard? I think so. Whoop. Move you around here a little bit. Yeah, I think it shows the shadow. It's got pretty good depth there. And I got a video on carving the face out. It's not a very good video because you can see like here, like I said, this side of the wood is like really punky and the hat chipped out on me. And so I had to push it back. So that just doesn't want to cut. It more like smushes than cuts. So I came in with the diamond burr and cleaned up. You can see the rips in the wood right here and then, believe me, this knife is pretty sharp. So it doesn't rip the wood. But when you get into that punky stuff, it just tears it up. Very soft right here. It looks like we got a knot right here. He's a naughty boy. Got some fuzz right here. So anyway, enough of my whining. We're going to push our knife in. And you can do the same thing with your Dremel. Just come in straight in. Going to go in this way. And then this way. And we're going to take a chip out of there. And if we went deep enough, you can see it gives that lower lip a nice shadow. And we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll come in right next to the mustache. Gonna push it in deep there. Nope, you didn't miss it, Tim. I was monkeying around trying to get my phone in the right, what do you call it? Orientation, that's it. And I hung up on everybody. Yeah, you'll be able to sleep if you watch this, Jordy. And you see, took that chip out. Now that shadow of that lip is really in there. But I think his lip is a little too big. So just gonna go in and do that again. and just kind of work that lip down to whatever size we want it. Hi, Liz. And the more we take out, the more shadow you get under that lip. Now you see that knife is really sinking in there. So that's part of the punky wood. So I'm just going to leave that alone till I get into it with the, we got our micromotor with the diamond burr. We can get in there and just round that lip over. Otherwise, the same thing will happen to me that happened before. It'll just take a big chunk right out of that lip, and then I'll have to go deeper with the lip. And this, like I said, this part of the wood here is really punky. So it's not going to take much of an effort to go too deep. Yeah, I'm barely touching this wood, and this thing is diving right in. Can I carve it with my teeth? You know, as soft as this is, you probably could carve it with your teeth. Probably carve it with your thumbnail. Then you come over to this side and you can hear the difference. It's a lot harder. So when you're carving, you just have to be aware of that. I know Jordy has hit some punky wood before. And I'll tell you, if you're not paying attention, you can really rip through it. All right, so we've got the, basically the wizard is carved in. Whoa, there goes a bunch of people. Raise above. You can see how easy, how deep that goes, cuts right in there. And then on this side, you got to push harder. This is a diamond burr. Look how right in. It goes right in there. Like nobody's business. Hey, I got some new burrs in the other day. I was watching Matt Carves. I haven't even opened them yet. I saved them just for you guys. Hi, Matt. We're talking about you. Saved them just for you guys. John Robertson, I think it said. And I haven't even opened them yet. How do you open these? Made in China. 头体脱权. I'll show you how to open them like this. I knew there was some use for that carving knife. So let's look at some new burrs. I didn't know they were going to be in soy sauce, yeah. I didn't know that they were going to be in a 1/32 shaft. It's a good thing I have that for my machines. I thought they were 1/8. That's what happens when you don't read the whole description, guys. Now, in my Dremel, yeah, we're back to the Dremel. We put away the Apex Forge. He's living in the other garage where I work on cars. That's where he's living now with a sander on him. Okay, these burrs are diamond, and they're like a cup. I was watching Matt Carves, and he was using these for cutting eyes. Yeah, they do get dull, Amy. So I ordered some. Look how many you get. That's $7. $7. And you get a handful of burrs. I don't know if they're any good, but you get a handful of them. Let's see, how many you get? There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them. Baker's dozen. I wonder if this is actually, oh yeah, I wonder if this is actually a little cup that is so small. Small. SMall, small. These are tiny. I don't even know what you use them for. Oh my goodness, look at this. That's going to break quick. Holy cow. I don't think that's a cup. I think it's just a point with a hole in it. They work okay. Oh, you got some too, Mark? You watched Matt's video? So we got these guys here, these cup burrs. I only got these because I wanted them for eyes. Like, he's not in here right now. I made a gnome with a toothache in honor of Jordy Johnson. And he's on top of a walking stick right now. He's screaming, and he's pulling his own beard. And I figured, oh, that's got to go on top of my next walking stick. So it is. Do you guys want me to get it? It's out in the truck. I did my first paracord handle wrap on that stick. I like it. It came out good. Very comfortable. It's a lot more comfortable than I thought it was going to be. I've been walking around, but I haven't done a lot of carving on it, but but I did get the get them put on top. But there's a lot more carving to come on that stick. Okay, then we got these burrs here. It's like a cylinder burr with a hole in it. And like I said, these are like $7 for these. Yeah, that's what I figured these cup ones would be good for. But I also figured then I could use these guys, the barrel ones, to plunge in and then come back with a cup one to round it over. Because these are going to bottom out pretty quick. Now on the gnome I just did, I used an eye cutter, right? And all I did was I drilled in, because they say make your eye mounds round, right? That's what everybody says. So I plunged in with it, and I cut them in as round. And then I went back and carved them, gave them that almond shape. But the round part set up the mound for the eye, right? So he's out in the truck, though. I'd have to go get him. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, that one's going to Jordy. This guy here. He's got the I Love Jordy shirt on. I got to paint him up. And I think he said something about putting him on top of a wood spirit or a green man for that Carving Fusion World of Wood Carvers challenge with the green man and the friend. He carved the green man, but I think he said he wants to use that guy as the friend. You love that little dude? If you love him, you'd really like my gnome. That gnome kills me. This was actually, thanks, Henry. This guy, Doug Linker, is doing a series of 1x1 guys. They're 1 inch wide, 1 inch square by 2 inch tall. And he made a guy similar to this, okay? So I went and upsized it. This was actually a piece of 2 by 2 by 3.5 inches. So I blew him up. Doug made the little guy about that big. So I blew this guy up. He's a much bigger than Doug's. But yeah, Doug Linker. And Doug only uses knives. I throw in the knives. I throw in the power tools. I throw in anything I got. Is that for the challenge? Yeah. I told you that the other day. You said, can I have them? I said, yeah, you can have them. To put on top of your green man. That's his buddy, right? Like we're buddies. He's the green man's buddy. It'll be a Just Carve Rob Carving Fusion collaboration. A calamity. Nobody wants the junk I make, but everybody wants a wood spirit from Geordie Johnson. I have several Geordie Johnson wood spirits, and I love them all. And I got a Geordie Johnson flower. There ain't too many people that can say that. Don't eat the yellow snow. No, don't eat the brown flowers either. Yeah, so we got these diamond burrs to try out here. Give them a shot. See what they do. Yeah. Nobody wants my junk. I'm going to send Amy Jo that little Bigfoot guy. This guy here. I made that. Back, she said she wanted a Bigfoot, so I made it. Well, you're getting this guy here, Amy. This little guy. I don't know. He's got a hole in his hand for something else. Maybe we'll put something else in there. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'll just make it and stick it in there. Yeah, nope, I already gave, she already emailed me her address, Jordy. You all say that. You all say you want it. I'll rustle you over, Jordy. No, Jordy would have way too much fun. He'd still end up winning. Jordy would have way too much fun rustling over it. Yeah, bring it. Look at all this wood chips. I'm pretty tough. And she's pretty tough. She's got kids, Jordy. She's pretty tough. And grandkids. That makes her even tougher. You gotta watch the Midwestern women, man. They're rough and tough. Most of them are farm girls. They were picking corn with their toes before you could walk. Mashing grapes, making wine. Oh, wrong country. That's Italy. No, they were making moonshine. Canadian survival. Minus 40, Rob. Yeah. Yeah, I know that's true about country girls. Hey, Sean, how you doing? All right, you guys chat for a minute. I'm gonna go grab that walking stick. Oh, watch out, Jordy. Liz is giving you the big pink hand. All right, I'm back. They're probably all saying, go away, go away. This was my my grandpa's cane, and then my dad's cane. And he passed away, I got it and started carving on it. I don't know what kind of wood this is, but man, it is wide grain. So I put some wood spirits on it. I still got to give them pupils. I got this guy on the end. Oh, hello there. All right. And then this is our yeah, it may be hickory. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's some rough wood to cut. It's probably 200 years old. Bum 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 boo boo bum 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 bum. This is my gnome with a toothache. I got whole pain. Whole pain, I'm telling you. Whole pain. Tooth hole pain. 3,000 is good, just a little slower than the 4,000. And the 4,000 is a little bit slower than the 4,300. You know how it goes. I've got an old 300 that still works great. Okay, so this is the guy I was telling you about. You see his eyes? I was trying to figure a way to cheat and doing eyes. So you see this eye cutter right here? All I did was drill that eye cutter in there. And that's how I made his eye mounts. Give you a close-up of them. Dr. Liz, I need your help, Dr. Liz. And all I did is I just plunged that in, and then I went ahead and carved underneath them and made them a little oblonged. And that's a quick, easy way to make eyes, man. It's with just an eye cutter. I think this is only supposed to be meant for the for doing like a round eye. Gnomes are very popular around here. Yeah, it depends on how much and what I'm smoking as how popular they are around here. Because that's a poplar gnome. He's made out of poplar. He's very popular. So yeah, I just used that to get my eye mounts, and it worked out great. And then cut the eye in. You can still see it's pretty round if you just take that away. You can see the eyes are pretty round, but then when you bring that upper eyelid down and bring it over, okay, and it gives it the eye shape. So again, this is the paracord handle wrap. I've never done it before, but hey, I watched a YouTube video and I learned how to do it. And you would think these would be uncomfortable, but it is very comfortable because it's on the same angle as your thumb. So, yeah. Yeah, we all need to work on eyes, Amy Joe. They're not easy to do. You know how much it would cost to send this gnome stick to Canada? Good Lord, man, you could probably grow a forest of gnomes. Just to ship it in the United States, that's a 5-foot 6-inch cane or walking stick. It's like $80 to ship that thing. I sent one I made one and sent it to New Jersey. No, you don't got gnomes in Canada. You got Eskimos. Canadian Eskimos. Oh, Jordy's got gnomes in his backyard. Yeah, that wood is way punky. I was going to take the knife and cut the beard hairs in, but I think it's just going to end up tearing out on this side of the face. Oh, gnomes are fun to make, Amy. Once you get doing them, you just want to keep doing them. Gnomes and wood spirits. I know why Jordy's hooked on wood spirits. I love carving wood spirits. If the good Lord said, just carve Rob, you can only carve one thing for the rest of your life, it'd be a hard choice between gnomes or wood spirits. Okay, so we need... Oh, that's why I bought them other burrs out, because Matt was carving beard hairs with the cupped ones. Cupped ones, yeah. That's why I showed them to you. I don't know if I'd like that. I'd have to try it. I don't know if I like them cupped ones. Oh, the whale? You want to see the whale? He's all painted up. I got to make a wave for him to surf. Here's the whale. I went with a light blue on the bottom, and then I washed it, and then you got dark blue on the top. He's got a blowhole. But, burp. That's what the whale came out looking like. I'm going to have him... I had this idea way before Matt had it, but Matt went ahead and did it before me. I'm going to make a wave curl up and down, and I'm going to pin him to the top of it. But his bottom of his tail is going to be in the water. So he'll be like going up a wave. Thanks, Rumpel. I like his eyes. I think his eyes came out good. Look, Amy, he's got a blowhole. He's got lips. How many whales have you ever seen with lips? Then I was gonna make another whale, like SpongeBob SquarePants. Mr. Krabs has a daughter named Pearl, and she's a whale. And I was gonna carve a spirit whale that looked like that, like the cartoon whale. But it's gonna be a spirit whale, because instead of being a girl whale, it was gonna be a man, old man whale with a long beard and a cane, sitting in a rocking chair. I get a lot of strange ideas. Can I show you the plaque with the dragon? You want to see my talking dragon? The talking dragon. Okay. There he is. Hello, Jordy. A.B. Joe. Oh. Bop, 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 bop. Well, hello, David. I went to the land down under, where women rolled in men thunder. I need an opal. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah, I started carving this dragon, and I'm like, after I got done carving him, I'm like, he needs to be able to talk. So I carved all this out up in here, carved all that out, and then I made a bottom jaw, and then drilled through the sides. That's a pin in there. Hi, Bill. So you pull that on this piece of leather. You can make them talk. Bob, 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 bob. Bob, 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 Baran. Bob, 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 Baran. All right, enough of that nonsense. So anyway, he hangs on the wall next to the other jaggle. And I have this flashlight hanging on him, and it keeps his mouth shut. So he's not talking all the time. Whoa. Oh, and I use clear epoxy on the eyes to give them a bit of a shine. I have shiny eyes. Bop. Look, he's even got taste buds on his tongue. Yeah, it took me a long time to carve this guy. It's got like eight different paints on it. I started out with a metallic gold paint, and then airbrush. This is all airbrush. This guy, he took me a while to do. And he's got like 8 coats of lacquer on him. But the gold, when I airbrushed it with the green, the gold kept popping through, and I'm like, well, that looks pretty cool. Thank you, Liz. I like you too. All right, we're having way too much fun with the dragon. Way too much fun with the dragon. I dropped this flashlight on the ground. And this hangs by my door. You do what? This hangs by my door as you come into the man cave. Man cave. And so the flashlight hangs there. So at night I can turn my lights off and not get lost. Yeah. Yeah, taste buds. I don't know what he eats, but he tastes it, whatever he eats. Oh, I like the sticks. Oh. Oh, yeah. You got something. I sent you something, Sean. I sent you a wood spirit, didn't I? The stupid things you do. And just think, Rob, the whole world can see you act like an idiot. Oh. Yeah, you can't unsee that. No, you can't unsee it. Hey, we got this guy. That was he is dirty. My goodness. Do some dusting, Rob. He's been hanging up there since 2019. Look at the snoz on that guy. I think my other one's better. Ooh, boy. He's got some rough teeth in there, don't he? That just shows you. Save your first carvings. You can see the progression. This is like an alligator dragon. You can't be in here at night when this guy's sleeping. Yeah, I don't know about me either, Sean. They say I'm crazy, and I'm tending to believe it. We got all kinds of animals hanging around in here. Yeah, the Geordie made me do it. Geordie made me do it. He's been hanging outside. He hangs right above my door. I don't know if it's an eagle or a seagull, but it is definitely a bird. And he's on an Indian arrowhead. Geordie made me do it. He told me, carve an eagle, just carve, Rob. So I did. Did I ever show you guys my drill instructor? Yeah, nope, no moonshine yet. It's too early for moonshine. Ever show you guys my drill instructor? Yeah, I lost my faculties a long time ago. After a 2-story building fell on top of it. Boy, I got a lot of painting to do if I ever get to it. There he is. The warden's calling you back in, Amy Jo. Amy, come home, make me dinner. Me and the kids are hungry. Ah. Oh, we got another pissed off gnome. Stop peeing on the petunias. Ah. I hate when the dog comes outside. He always pees on my petunias. Oh, boy. Here we got this guy we carved in cedar. Bye, Amy. This is some really chippy wood here. Yeah, he wasn't cooperating. Look at the nose on that guy. I think I was going to give him ears, but then I think it was an epic fail on the ears. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. I see you, Jody. It's a spirit fish. Look at that mustache. I was swimming down the Gulf Stream. I was driving a rented Barracuda when something happened and I had to pull into the Shell station. The attendant said my seals are blown. I said, don't mind my personal life, just fix the damn thing. Here's a Jordy Johnson carving fusion flower. Woohoo! Ain't that some flower? Yeah. You gotta love that flower. I love that flower. Going down the Gulf Stream, having me a wet dream. Woo-hoo. Bum 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 bum. Oh man, I definitely smoked way too much. All right. 2 million pain medications tonight, people. Oh. All right, then. Where were we before we got off on this nonsense? Oh, right. We were going to cut beard hairs in. That's what we were going to do. Yeah. All right. So we got these cup cutters that we started out looking at and didn't do nothing with. Okay. We got these and we got this guy here. Now, this is a special made cutter for hair. I've got 2 of them. I got a big one and I got a smaller one, and they come right down to a sharp edge on both of them. Okay. The only place I've been able to find these is mountainwoodcarvers.com has them. Okay. So that's where I got these at. mountainwoodcarvers.com. It's called a hair burr or razor or knife burr because it's got that. I mean, it comes right down to a sharp point there. Long live the spirit fish. You betcha. Okay. So, where is it? Okay, this is our micromotor. And let's use the bigger one. Put that in there. We're going to turn our speed down a little bit on that. And let's cut some beard hairs in. Burn it. Yeah, they'll end up in the fireplace. We'll burn it. Willow burns good too. Okay, so we've got it turned down to about half speed, 40,000 RPM. So it'd be 20,000. Well, it's 45. So let's say 20-ish thousand RPMs. I think we need more speed. We need more speed, Scotty. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. And we just go through here and basically cut the beard hairs in. Some spots will push deeper to give it a nice deep. I like doing around the base kind of deep because it breaks up the pattern of the beard. There again, this side of the face, it's really sinking in there. Really digging in this side of the face here. And then you can always come back with a lighter, like one of your cone burrs. And put some wider grooves in there if you want to. But yeah, the sure way to get rid of the fuzzies in this is to take a little propane torch and go over it lightly. Because I've found that you cannot get down in there deep enough with sandpaper to get all the fuzzies out. And I'm just setting these in. There is no rhyme or reason where they're going. That's just where they're going. Maybe we'll make this a sleeping wizard. And that's pretty much it. You can come up here and put little eyebrow hairs in if you want to. Something like that. Alligator thing. Yeah. And then you do the do your mustache. without hitting your nose. That's usually when I do the mustache, I'll use the smaller wheel or just use the diamond burr because then I can get up under the nose. Because you can only go so far with this, and you see it'll start hitting the other side. So we can go ahead and go to a smaller burr, or we can use one of them little cup burrs. Yeah, it's all Jordy's fault. The whole dragon thing is all on Jordy there. He started with his fat little pink dragon or purple dragon that he made and challenged me to make a dragon and then blah, blah, blah. Before you know it, it was a dragon fest around here. Okay, now this is a little diamond burr I like using. It looks kind of like a nail head. And it's small enough you can get up underneath those, up underneath the nose there without worrying about tearing your nose up. Wow, this side is really, really, really soft. You get up by the lip, get up closer to the lip with it. The weather is hot and sultry, Sean. It is steamy up here. We just had a bunch of rain, and today it's just hot. So it's like this morning it looked like I was on the ocean with the fog. I was waiting to hear the foghorn. Me-o. Is that foggy out? And it's been just a sticky freaking mess. That's what it's been. Very humid. The humidity has been crazy. And this little burr lets us get up in there and really break that pattern up of that beard, which I like to do. I like it. I like that looks of it being a little scraggly because it's so long. I mean, come on, he's a wizard. They didn't have, as far as I know, they didn't have any wizard barbers. All right, so and there we go. We got all the hairs cut in less than 10 minutes. And I do not have anything out here. My sanding arbor doohickey is in my other thing that's out in the other garage. The thing, as my friend Jordy would say. The thingy thing. All my things are someplace else. All right. You see my Indian? That's my prototype Indian for a walking stick right there. He came out better on the walking stick. Oh, here's a face for you. That's a face only a mother could love. But now look, I did this a long time ago. But now we can clean him up a little bit if we want to. Wow, this eye is way in, that eye is way out. A little googly eyed there. Yeah, another piece of firewood. Oh, there's a hillbilly on a stick. Prototype for walking stick. Yes, I did make a walking stick with all hillbillies on it. Got mason jars and jugs and everything else. Yep. And there's another playing around with eyes. Same thing. This eye's in way deeper. That eye's way down lower. You got to really practice some eyes to get eyes. Believe me, I've got more pieces of stick laying around here with faces with eyes that didn't turn out. So if you don't get your eyes right on the first try or the 100th try, don't worry. I still don't get them right. And I've been trying for ever now, it seems like. All right, we've been on for 51 minutes, plus whatever else we were on earlier. It's almost 10 o'clock here. Yes, the cars. That is a very good question, Sean. When am I knives? Well, I've got a couple blanks cut out and roughed in. So if I get a chance here in the next week, I might make one or two of them. I got one goes to Jordy for a rough out knife. And then I'll have an extra one. I should cut out a couple more. It's a big hammer. It's a wooden hammer. No, it's a knife. It's a cane. It's a car cane. It's a Carcano. It's got hot rod. We got the 57 Chev. We got a Model A coupe. We got a Model A sedan. We got a Dodge coupe. We've got a Dodge sedan. And we have the 56 Studebaker Golden Hawk. Yep, I had fun doing this. I love cars. Anybody, you can ask anybody who knows me. Hot Rod Rob. I don't think I've ever put a car back together the same way I've taken it apart. It's always been upgraded. I got a 1914 Model T sitting in the garage. Thank you, Lori. Actually, this was a prototype for a walking stick. So there's a guy running around Muskegon, Michigan with a 5.5 foot tall walking stick with, and he restores Studebakers. So he's got the 1950 Commander on his. He's got this one, the 56 Silverhawk. Actually, the doors are Goldwing on it. But yeah, I couldn't figure out what type of handle to put on it. So I made this because like a body hammer, right? And I don't know if I like it. So I didn't fasten it on. Well, I didn't fasten it on there yet. I'm thinking, I haven't decided if that's what I want or not. So we always got that, an option to put a different kind of handle on it. I picked this up at a flea market. Oh, there's Miscellaneous. This came all the way from Ireland. Oh, the Silver Hawk and a two-door was a fabulous car. There's a guy here in town that has one. Beautiful car. This is buckthorn or hawthorn or blackthorn, something like that. It's a head knocker is what it is. You get whacked in the head with that thing, you're going to know it. But look at the grain of that. Isn't that some pretty grain? And this got all these little knots all over it. And this is the actual color of the wood. The bark is black. And wherever these little things are, oh yeah, the lark. Wherever these little blackthorn, yep, wherever these little knot-looking things are is where a thorn was. Imagine you get whacked and poked with that thing. Ouch. Ha 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 ha. Jordan made me do it. Jordy made me put the, oh, I can't remember what kind of shell that is. And then we got all the skulls and all the flames. Don't think that was a pain in the butt to carve. Trying to make something round on something that's already round. Abalone. Yep, abalone shell. This is my favorite guy right here. Vampire skull. Looks like a Joker skull, right? Joker skull. Yeah, these guys are in here pretty deep too. They're almost a quarter of an inch deep into this wood. Oh, don't be impressed. I'm just a fat guy with nothing to do. Just a hack with a knife. I'm sure you could do better. All right, do you guys see enough of this thing? I'll go put it back in the corner. The neck bones connect to the head bone. Yep. I had a 65 Ford pickup. I had a 56 Ford pickup, or a 66 Ford pickup. Yes, I do use a wood burner. Yep, definitely. Just about everything. Canes, walking sticks, little guys. I mean, look at the little beaver here. He's been wood burnt. Little gnome. He's all wood burnt. Bigfoot, he was wood burnt before he was painted. I like to wood burn it before I paint it because then that creates it like cauterizes the wood veins, and when you paint it or stain it, it won't bleed over. I even wood burnt my little Geordie gnome with the chainsaw shoes. One cedar, 100% cedar. It's cedar, 100%. Picking on Jordy. Like this guy, I wood burnt his teeth and his pants and soles of his shoes. So everything gets wood burnt around here. Most of the time. If I'm going to do something with it, if I know I'm going to paint it, then I will wood burn it because it creates great separation lines. Like this guy, I'll come back and wood burn in between his fingers. So that when you paint it, like he's going to have like that flesh tone paint, you'll be able to see the dark lines from the wood burning through the paint. So it will show the finger separations like a shadow. And then here where he's hanging on to his jacket, I don't know if you guys can see that. His jacket goes like down into his hand there like he's hanging on to it. I'll wood burn in here and here. And then up under his shirt, his I Love Jordy shirt. And then we'll do like the ripples in his pants and all that. So when you go and paint it, it will let that stuff look like it's a shadow, okay? It'll create a shadow behind it. Well, Sean, I had a 66 Ford F-150, and it had the straight six-cylinder in it. And when I bought it, I think I bought it for like $300 with a blown motor. Yeah, yep. And I got a 289 out of a Mustang. A buddy of mine had a Mustang that he put the 351 Cleveland in. So I got the 289 V8 out of a Mustang with the C4 transmission out of the Mustang. And another friend of mine had a Torino, a Grand Torino that he gutted and was putting a different interior in it. So I took the front seats and the console and the shifter out of that and stuck it in my 66 Ford. And the same guy with the Mustang had a set of side pipes. So I ran them down the cab of the truck. That was one bad mother jammer till it slammed into a tree. Yeah. Boy, that thing would rumble. That 289 just sounded so nice. And a 289 and a F100 pickup truck. Oh my goodness, that was a light truck. That thing would squall the tires every time you took off if you let it. Oh, and I got the Gran Torino magnesium spoked rims put on it. All right, so I think we're going to call it a night, my friends. If you got any questions, go ahead and ask them. We'll give it like another 5 minutes. See if anybody's got any questions. You have now reached the answers and questions portion of the evening. I had a Mazda. It was a 72. It came with a V8. A 350 V8 in it. No problem, Linda. Glad you had fun. Got to learn something. I don't know what you learned. Other than bad jokes. We got plenty of them around here in the shop. These gnomes are always spinning off the bad jokes. I'll tell you. It's terrible. You still there, Jordy, or did you take off on me? You probably went to bed. I have never owned them. Jordy had a Marathon. And Ben over at Studio on the Lake, he had one. And he took it apart, and then you never seen it again. I would say, if you're going to get a Marathon, make sure that it's one that it spins at least 46,000 or 45,000 RPMs. Because if you're just going to be running at 30,000, you might as well just have a Dremel. Okay, this one here is 46,000. This is the Master Carve Micro Pro. Is what this is. Now I do know that Marathon does have some that are more high end. And but I would say if it doesn't spin at least 40,000 RPMs, I wouldn't mess with it. because then you're just getting a low powered Dremel. Yep. Good night, Mark. Have fun. Yes, Master Carve micromotor. And when I bought this one, it was like $180. I don't know what they are now. I have seen some of the marathons. They're like $80, but I don't know. I've never used them, so I couldn't tell you. I have seen other people use them, uh, but they don't seem to have the power. Is that what I want to say? I have never been disappointed by this Master Carve. Okay, and for me to say that, oh, they're 250 now. Yeah, with COVID, they jacked everything up and the inflation, all that crap. Uh, all I can say is I can only tell you what I know, and I know the Master Carve has never let me down. I know Sean Brooks over at Pen on Fire, he has one. Jordy has one. Well, I actually fixed Jordy's. I got to send him back his handpiece. And I bought this Oz Plus. This was like $700 for this thing. It's the Oz Plus, but it's brushless. Okay, and there is a big difference between that handpiece and that handpiece. Weight-wise, this one's a little bit heavier and a little bit longer, but it has a whole lot more torque. Plus, this one will go up to 50-some thousand RPM. This one goes up to 46,000. It's brushed. It's a good deal. It's a good micromotor. That's Ben has the Ice Cube, which is made by Ram. And yeah, I wish I had the patience to carve with a knife too. Sometimes I get very impatient carving with a knife. But you know, when I need to calm down and get my mind off my problems and focus on something else, the knife seems to be my way because it don't matter how long it takes me to carve it. And Ben uses that Ice Cube, I think, by Ram. I think that was, I think he says around $200. You'd have to double check me on that. And Jordy has the Ram, has two Rams. He has the Cube, and he has the Master set, the one with the 1/4-inch drive. And so you could talk to him about those, the Rams. Yes. Carving, what carving does is it makes you focus on the carving and not your problems. That's what seems to help me out the most, especially when you're feeling really depressed. You don't want to do anything. Carving helps me dig my way out of that slump. Yep. Sometimes you just need something that don't take a lot of since I broke my back, there isn't a lot of things I can do that I used to love doing, like walking in the woods, going hunting, that kind of stuff. So carving has kind of taken that place in my life because I can just sit here, you know, with a knife and or power tools and carve. It doesn't. It's not a lot of physical activity, but it helps the mental part of it too. It keeps your brain thinking. That's the important part. And if my brain starts to wander, and it's too little to be out by itself. So there's that. There's a Hillbilly walking stick. Got the dragon scales on it. Got the old mason jar of moonshine. We got the deer. We got the old 30-30 Winchester rifle there. We got another hillbilly. We got the jug and some leaves, an axe, grandma, Junior. We got a bass. And we got a fishing pole. We got Cousin Arlo. We got a tree. We got a black bear. And we got Quackers the duck. He's a mother ducker. And then we got some giggly weeds. Yep. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. Thanks for coming by. How big are your dowels? Well, this one is 1.25 inches. Now, if I'm going to carve deep, like really make a lot of vines and leaves, I'll go with the 1.5 inch dowel because I'm going to be removing a good 1/4 inch of that dowel. I go that deep. These guys here are actually in this about 3/16 to 1/4 inch deep, and this is 1.25 inch dowel. And the one with the gnome on top of it, that is 1.25 inch dowel. I don't have it anymore, but I had one that had a wood spirit on the top, and then it had vines and stuff all the way down. That was 1.5 inches. But those vines and stuff were in deep. I just wanted to carve a really deep stick, and I did. And I do have another 1.5 inch dowel here that will be for another one of those walking sticks. It's more of a nature walking stick. Heads and acorns and spiders and worms and dragonflies and walking sticks and all kinds of good stuff on it. So I'll be making another one of them here shortly. But right now I'm doing the gnome one. That may end up having vines and leaves and stuff on it. All right, guys. So that's it for tonight. It's getting late. I'm getting tired. And it's time to head in the house. All right? All right. Y'all stay safe. Be awesome. Do something awesome. Carve something awesome. Carve every day if you can. And I will catch you on the next one. All right? All right. Good night, Jim. Good night, Matt. Good night, all my friends. We'll see y'all on the next one. If I can figure out how to turn this off. Good night, Linda.